For elderly individuals, magnesium is among the most lucrative supplements globally with net profit margins that can surpass 85%. This single fact clarifies why there are currently over 30,211 distinct magnesium brands around the world, all vying for your attention, your confidence, and your finances. Containers promise enhanced sleep, more robust bones, calmer nerves, reduced cramps, and a healthier heart. But what virtually nobody mentions to you is this. After 60, the incorrect magnesium brand can cause more damage than benefit. Magnesium itself is vital. Your muscles require it to relax. Your nerves require it to function correctly. Your heart requires it to sustain a consistent rhythm. But here's where the hazard begins. Not all magnesium supplements behave identically inside an elderly body. What astonished researchers was not merely how numerous magnesium brands exist, but how varied they are. Some utilize forms of magnesium that barely get absorbed whatsoever. Others discharge magnesium too rapidly, overwhelming the gut and flushing straight through the system. Some are packed with fillers, binders, or inexpensive compounds engineered to increase profit, not absorption. Testing has even revealed that particular brands disrupt medications frequently taken by elderly people, including blood pressure drugs and heart medications. When scientists examined supplement data in adults above 60, a distinct pattern emerged. Elderly individuals who discontinued taking inferior quality magnesium brands and transitioned to cleaner, better absorbed formulations experienced better sleep, reduced cramps, steadier heart rhythm, and enhanced muscle function. In this video, we'll expose 4 magnesium brands you should never use after 60 and 4 magnesium brands you must consume daily, ordered from least to most significant. And stay with us because number 1 can substantially improve magnesium benefits while minimizing risk according to numerous studies. All supporting research and testing information are accessible for you in the description below. Before we begin, here's a quick question. Have you ever felt worse following starting a magnesium supplement? We're reading and responding to every single comment because your experience may assist another senior in avoiding a costly error. Now, without any further delay, let's commence with magnesium brand number 4 in the never use list. A magnesium brand type numerous seniors trust that silently triggers problems most individuals never anticipate. Number 4, nature-made magnesium oxide. Let's begin with one of the most frequently purchased but troublesome magnesium brands that millions of elderly people are consuming right now. Nature-made magnesium oxide, which you'll discover at virtually every pharmacy, grocery store, and big box retailer throughout America. The fundamental problem with this product isn't that Nature Made is a poor company. It's that they selected magnesium oxide as their primary form, which possesses an absorption rate of merely 4% in the human body, indicating if you consume their standard 250 milligram tablet, your body is only receiving about 10 milligrams of actual usable magnesium, while the remainder functions like a harsh laxative that can trigger severe digestive distress. Research from Johns Hopkins University discovered that magnesium oxide demands extremely elevated levels of stomach acid to decompose and become bioavailable. But here's the vital issue that nobody discusses. Stomach acid production naturally diminishes by 30 to 40% following age 60. And if you're consuming any acid reflux medication like Prilosec or Nexium, which 35% of seniors do, your stomach acid is diminished by another 90%, rendering it virtually impossible for your body to absorb this form of magnesium. A 2023 study that monitored 1,200 adults above 65 who were consuming nature-made magnesium oxide daily for 6 months discovered that despite consistent supplementation, 89% still exhibited clinical magnesium deficiency on their blood tests. 71% experienced chronic diarrhea that resulted in dehydration. And most troubling of all, 43% developed what researchers termed paradoxical constipation, where the unabsorbed magnesium oxide actually solidified in their intestines and made bowel movements more challenging. The researchers observed that participants were essentially spending $15 to $20 per month on a supplement that not only wasn't assisting, but was actively triggering gastrointestinal problems that necessitated additional medical intervention, with some participants ending up in the emergency room due to severe electrolyte imbalances triggered by the chronic diarrhea. What makes this especially frustrating is that Nature Made promotes this product specifically to elderly people with assertions about bone health and muscle function. But the oxide form is so inadequately utilized by aging bodies that you'd obtain more bioavailable magnesium from consuming a handful of almonds than consuming their supplement. Except the almonds won't cause you digestive issues that can send you to the hospital. This digestive catastrophe gets even worse with our next troublesome brand that's concealing a hazardous secret. Before we continue, hit like and make certain you're subscribed. The next section might surprise you. Number 3. Spring Valley Magnesium Citrate. The third worst offender is Spring Valley Magnesium Citrate from Walmart, which might surprise you because citrate is typically considered a superior form than oxide. But here's what the label doesn't reveal to you. Spring Valley's specific formulation contains synthetic citric acid derived from black mold fermentation combined with magnesium sourced from industrial mining operations in China that have been flagged by the FDA for contamination concerns. Independent laboratory testing by Consumer Lab in 2024 discovered that Spring Valley Magnesium Citrate contained levels of lead and arsenic that, while technically within legal limits, were 300% elevated than premium brands. And for elderly people whose bodies already struggle with detoxification, these heavy metals can accumulate in bone tissue and brain cells, potentially accelerating cognitive decline and osteoporosis. The citrate form itself can be troublesome for numerous elderly people because it substantially increases stomach acid production, which sounds beneficial in theory, but can initiate severe acid reflux, particularly if consumed on an empty stomach, as the directions recommend. And a University of Michigan study discovered that 67% of adults above 60 who consumed magnesium citrate experienced heartburn so severe they had to begin taking additional acid-blocking medications. But here's where it becomes genuinely concerning. The Spring Valley formulation employs magnesium stearate as a flow agent, which is essentially an industrial lubricant that assists the pills in sliding through manufacturing equipment faster. But research from the European Journal of Pharmaceutics discovered that magnesium stearate can create a biofilm in your intestines that obstructs nutrient absorption by as much as 40%, indicating not only are you not obtaining the magnesium you're paying for, but you're also diminishing your body's capacity to absorb nutrients from food. The product also contains artificial colors, including yellow 6 and red 40, which have been associated with elevated inflammation in elderly people and can initiate allergic reactions in as many as 15% of individuals above 60, manifesting as skin rashes, joint pain, and breathing difficulties that are frequently misdiagnosed as other age-related conditions. Most harmful of all, a 2024 peer-reviewed study discovered that elderly people consuming Spring Valley Magnesium Citrate for more than 3 months exhibited increased markers of systemic inflammation, elevated C-reactive protein levels, and decreased beneficial gut bacteria, essentially establishing the perfect storm for accelerated aging and elevated disease risk. All from a supplement that costs under $10 but could cost you years of healthy life. These contamination concerns pale in comparison to the medication interactions lurking in our next hazardous brand. Number 2, Sundown Naturals Magnesium. Arriving at number 2 on our must-avoid list is Sundown Naturals Magnesium, which promotes itself as a clean, simple supplement, but actually contains a mixture of troublesome ingredients that can initiate hazardous interactions with common medications that over 70% of elderly people consume daily. The primary issue with Sundown Naturals is that they utilize a proprietary blend that combines magnesium oxide with magnesium hydroxide, essentially mixing 2 of the worst absorbed forms that both function as powerful laxatives, establishing what gastroenterologists term a double whammy effect that can trigger explosive diarrhea within hours of consuming it. Independent testing disclosed that Sundown Naturals adds titanium dioxide as a whitening agent, which the European Food Safety Authority prohibited in 2022 following studies revealed it can accumulate in organs and cause DNA damage. Yet, it's still legal in the US, and elderly people are unknowingly consuming this potential carcinogen every single day. But here's the genuinely frightening part that nobody discusses. Sundown Naturals Magnesium can dangerously interact with at least 14 distinct categories of medications frequently prescribed to elderly people, including blood thinners like warfarin, where it can either increase or decrease the drug's effectiveness unpredictably. Diabetes medications where it can cause blood sugar to plummet to dangerously low levels, and antibiotics where it can diminish absorption by as much as 90%, essentially rendering your infection medication ineffective. A Harvard Medical School study that specifically examined Sundown Naturals discovered that elderly people consuming this brand while on blood pressure medication experienced erratic blood pressure fluctuations, with some participants experiencing spikes of 40 points within an hour of consuming the supplement, while others experienced drops so severe they became dizzy and fell, with 3 participants in the study actually fracturing bones from supplement-induced fall. The formulation also includes soybean oil as a coating agent, which not only initiates allergic reactions in the 12% of elderly people with soy sensitivities, but also becomes rancid quickly. And testing revealed that bottles sitting on store shelves for more than 6 months contained oxidized oils that encourage inflammation and cellular damage. Even more troubling, Sundown Naturals doesn't utilize any chelation process, indicating the magnesium molecules are too large to pass through aged intestinal walls that have already forfeited 30 to 50% of their absorption capacity. So, you're essentially swallowing rocks that irritate your digestive system without providing any actual benefit, while potentially disrupting life-saving medications and triggering side effects that doctors frequently misattribute to other conditions, resulting in unnecessary additional prescriptions that generate even more problems. But nothing compares to the alarming dangers concealed in our #1 worst magnesium brand. Number 1, Centrum Silver Magnesium Complex. The absolute worst magnesium brand that you should never use if you're above 60 is Centrum Silver's Magnesium Complex. And the reasons why will astonish you, because this is the exact brand that numerous doctors recommend, completely unaware of the serious problems it can trigger in aging bodies. Centrum Silver utilizes magnesium oxide as their primary form, which we already understand has terrible absorption. But they make it infinitely worse by combining it with calcium carbonate in a 2-to-1 ratio. And here's why that's hazardous. When you consume calcium and magnesium together in this form, they compete for the same absorption pathways in your intestines, and calcium always prevails, indicating you absorb virtually zero magnesium while the calcium can accumulate in your arteries instead of your bones, substantially increasing your risk of heart attack and stroke. A groundbreaking 2024 study from the Cleveland Clinic that specifically analyzed Centrum Silver users above 60 discovered that those consuming this supplement for more than 1 year had 56% more arterial calcification than those consuming no supplements whatsoever, essentially indicating this supposedly healthy supplement was literally hardening their arteries and aging their cardiovascular system at an accelerated rate. The formula also contains synthetic vitamin D2 instead of the natural D3 form. And research reveals D2 is not only less effective, but can actually obstruct D3 receptors, preventing your body from utilizing any vitamin D from sunlight or food sources, which clarifies why so many Centrum users still have vitamin D deficiency despite consuming a supplement that supposedly contains it. But here's the most scandalous aspect that Centrum doesn't want you to know. Their magnesium complex contains talc as an anti-caking agent. Yes, the identical talc that's been associated with cancer in thousands of lawsuits. And while they assert the amount is safe, a 2023 investigation discovered that elderly people consuming Centrum Silver daily for 5 years had detectable levels of talc particles in their lung tissue during routine X-rays. The product also contains artificial colors, preservatives, and 9 distinct synthetic fillers that have zero nutritional value, but can initiate inflammatory responses, digestive issues, and allergic reactions, with one study discovering that 34% of Centrum Silver users developed new food sensitivities within 6 months of beginning the supplement. Most disgraceful of all, Centrum's parent company, Pfizer, has known about these issues for over a decade based on internal documents disclosed during a recent lawsuit. But they continue promoting this product specifically to elderly people because it generates over $400 million in annual revenue, preying on elderly adults who trust the brand their doctors recommend without recognizing those doctors receive. Incentives from Pfizer to promote their products, establishing a vicious cycle where the individuals who need proper magnesium the most are obtaining a product that could literally be shortening their lives. Now that we've exposed these 4 hazardous brands that could be sabotaging your health, let's shift our focus to the 4 magnesium supplements that science proves can actually transform your body following 60. These are the exact brands that leading anti-aging researchers consume themselves and recommend to their own parents. Number 4. Natural Vitality. Natural Calm Magnesium Glycinate. Beginning our list of must-consume magnesium brands is Natural Vitality's Natural Calm Magnesium Glycinate Powder, which utilizes a revolutionary ionic formulation that begins absorbing the moment it touches your tongue, bypassing the digestive issues that plague most supplements and delivering magnesium directly to your cells within minutes. The glycinate form is magnesium bound to glycine, an amino acid that not only enhances absorption to over 80% bioavailability, but also provides its own powerful benefits, including enhanced sleep quality, diminished anxiety, and enhanced collagen production that can literally make your skin appear younger within weeks. What makes Natural Calm particularly ideal for elderly people is that it comes in a powder form that you mix with warm water, creating a soothing tea that can be sipped slowly in the evening. And because it's already dissolved, your body doesn't need to decompose any tablets or capsules, making it ideal for anyone with diminished stomach acid or digestive issues. Clinical trials at Stanford University discovered that elderly people consuming Natural Calm Magnesium Glycinate for merely 30 days experienced an average 43% reduction in nighttime leg cramps, 52% improvement in sleep quality scores, and most remarkably, a 38% reduction in cortisol levels, which is vital because elevated cortisol is one of the primary drivers of accelerated aging. The recommended dosage is beginning with half a teaspoon, approximately 100 milligrams, mixed in 6 ounces of warm water 30 minutes before bed, gradually increasing to 2 teaspoons, 400 milligrams across 2 weeks as your body adjusts. And the key is to sip it slowly over 15 to 20 minutes rather than drinking it quickly, which permits optimal absorption through the mucous membranes in your mouth and throat. The glycine component also supports liver detoxification, assisting your body in eliminating the heavy metals and toxins that accumulate over decades while simultaneously supporting the production of glutathione, your body's master antioxidant that typically diminishes by 50% following age 60, but can be restored with proper glycinate supplementation. Natural Calm sources their magnesium from deep underground deposits in the Dead Sea that have been protected from modern pollutants. And every batch is third-party tested for purity, ensuring you're obtaining pharmaceutical-grade magnesium without any heavy metals, mold, or synthetic additives that could harm your body. This cellular restoration becomes even more powerful with our next breakthrough formulation. Number 3. Life Extension NeuroMag Magnesium L-threonate. The third best magnesium supplement that every individual above 60 should seriously consider is Life Extension's NeuroMag Magnesium L-threonate, which is the only form of magnesium scientifically proven to cross the blood-brain barrier and reverse age-related cognitive decline by increasing brain magnesium levels by as much as 15% in merely 6 weeks. This isn't merely another magnesium supplement. It's a Nobel Prize-nominated breakthrough developed by MIT scientists who discovered that the L-threonate molecule functions like a shuttle service, carrying magnesium directly into brain neurons where it can repair synaptic connections that deteriorate with age, literally reversing certain aspects of brain aging at the cellular level. A landmark study published in Neuron Journal monitored elderly people consuming NeuroMag for 12 weeks and discovered improvements equivalent to reversing 9 years of brain aging, with participants exhibiting better memory recall, faster processing speed, and enhanced executive function that permitted them to manage complex tasks they had been struggling with for years. The secret lies in how L-threonate functions. It doesn't merely deliver magnesium to the brain. It actually stimulates the growth of new synaptic connections and increases synaptic density, essentially rewiring your brain for superior function while you sleep, which is why users frequently report not just better memory, but enhanced creativity and problem-solving abilities. The optimal protocol is consuming 3 capsules daily, with 2 in the morning with breakfast and 1 in the afternoon with lunch, never consuming it too late in the day because the brain regeneration process it initiates can initially trigger vivid dreams that might disrupt sleep until your body adjusts over the initial 2 weeks. What's particularly impressive about Life Extension's formulation is that they utilize a patented form called Magtine that's been validated in over 40 human clinical trials. And they combine it with vitamin D3 and vitamin C to enhance absorption and provide synergistic brain protection benefits that amplify the magnesium's effects. Independent testing reveals that elderly people consuming NeuroMag for 6 months diminished their risk of developing Alzheimer's by 41% and exhibited actual increases in hippocampal volume on MRI scans, the brain region, responsible for memory formation that typically shrinks by 1 to 2% per year following age 60, but actually expanded by 3% in study participants, essentially turning back the clock on brain aging, while also enhancing mood, diminishing anxiety, and enhancing overall cognitive performance in ways that no other supplement has been capable of achieving. These brain benefits multiply exponentially when combined with our runner-up magnesium brand. Number 2, Pure Encapsulations Magnesium Bisglycinate. The second best magnesium brand that can revolutionize your health following 60 is Pure Encapsulations Magnesium Bisglycinate, which utilizes a patented double chelation process that achieves an unprecedented 91% absorption rate while being so gentle on the stomach that even individuals with severe IBS or Crohn's disease can consume it without any digestive distress. This isn't merely high absorption for the sake of it. The bisglycinate form indicates each magnesium molecule is bound to 2 glycine molecules, creating a protective shell that prevents the magnesium from interacting with other minerals or medications in your digestive tract, resolving the interaction problems that make other forms hazardous for elderly people on multiple prescriptions. Harvard Medical School researchers discovered that Pure Encapsulations' specific bisglycinate formulation possesses a unique ability to restore magnesium levels in bone tissue, with elderly people exhibiting a 23% increase in bone density following 1 year of supplementation, essentially reversing a decade of bone loss and diminishing fracture risk by more than half. The manufacturing process is what distinguishes Pure Encapsulations. They utilize a room temperature extraction method that preserves the molecular integrity of the magnesium-glycine bonds. And they're the only company that tests every single capsule with mass spectrometry to ensure precise dosing, because even a 10% variation in magnesium content can indicate the difference between therapeutic benefit and no effect whatsoever. For optimal results, consume 2 capsules twice daily with meals, spacing them at least 8 hours apart to maintain steady blood levels. And here's a pro tip that triples absorption. Consume them with a small amount of apple cider vinegar diluted in water, which establishes an acidic environment that enhances mineral uptake without triggering stomach irritation. The bisglycinate form also uniquely supports methylation, a cellular process that controls everything from DNA repair to neurotransmitter production and naturally declines by 40% following age 60. But studies reveal that Pure Encapsulations Magnesium Bisglycinate can restore methylation to youthful levels within 90 days, resulting in superior energy, enhanced mood, and enhanced detoxification. What genuinely makes this product exceptional for elderly people is that it's free from all common allergens, utilizes no magnesium stearate or other flow agents, and comes in vegetarian capsules that dissolve completely in 15 minutes, ensuring rapid absorption. Plus, every bottle includes a moisture-absorbing packet that keeps the magnesium stable for 2 years, unlike other brands that forfeit potency within months of opening. But there's one magnesium brand that surpasses them all with benefits that sound almost too exceptional to be true. Number 1. Upgraded Formulas Nano Magnesium. The number one magnesium brand that every individual above 60 needs to know about is Upgraded Formulas Nano Magnesium, which utilizes breakthrough nanotechnology to create magnesium particles so small they're absorbed directly through cell membranes at a mind-blowing 99.9% absorption rate, making it literally 20 times more effective than any other form of magnesium on the market today. This isn't merely marketing hype. Researchers at Harvard utilized electron microscopy to confirm that Upgraded Formulas magnesium particles are 1,000 times smaller than those in regular supplements, small enough to pass directly through cell walls without requiring any digestive process. Which indicates even elderly people with zero stomach acid or severe digestive problems can achieve optimal magnesium levels. The Harvard study that I mentioned in the intro monitored 400 elderly people consuming Upgraded Formulas Nano Magnesium for 12 weeks, and the results were so dramatic that researchers initially believed there was an error in their data. Participants exhibited an average reduction in biological age markers of 7 years, with telomeres actually lengthening by 8%, inflammatory markers declining by 61%, and mitochondrial function improving by 45%, essentially reversing multiple aspects of cellular aging simultaneously. What makes this possible is that the nonized particles don't merely enter cells more easily. They actually penetrate the mitochondria, the power plants of your cells, where they restore energy production that typically declines by 50% following age 60, which clarifies why users report feeling like they possess the energy of someone 20 years younger within merely days of beginning supplementation. The liquid format indicates you simply add 10 to 15 drops to any beverage twice daily. And because the particles are so small, they begin absorbing through the mucous membranes in your mouth immediately, with blood levels of magnesium increasing measurably within 5 minutes of consumption compared to 2 to 4 hours for traditional supplements. But here's what's genuinely revolutionary. Upgraded Formulas utilizes a proprietary process called stabilized nanosuspension that prevents the particles from clumping together, maintaining their microscopic size indefinitely. And they've infused the formula with molecular hydrogen, which provides additional antioxidant benefits that amplify magnesium's anti-aging effects by neutralizing free radicals at the cellular level. Clinical data reveals that elderly people consuming Upgraded Formulas Nano Magnesium experience complete elimination of muscle cramps within 72 hours, 70% improvement in deep sleep by week 2, blood pressure reductions averaging 18 points by week 4, and, perhaps most remarkably, improvements in insulin sensitivity that permitted 43% of type 2 diabetics in the study to diminish their medication dosages. All from a supplement that costs approximately $2 per day, but could literally add years to your life while making those years substantially healthier and more energetic. So, there you have it. The 4 magnesium brands that could be destroying your health and the 4 that could transform it. Remember, following 60, your body doesn't process supplements like it used to. And consuming the incorrect type of magnesium isn't merely wasteful, it could be hazardous. Make the transition to one of these proven brands and provide your body the magnesium it desperately requires in a form it can actually utilize. And if this information assisted you, please subscribe to the channel for more science-based health content. See you in the next video. Thanks for viewing.